Like Montauk Chia's methods are fairly popular, and he says just squeeze the pelvic floor during sex as much as you can. And again, this is just a recipe for premature ejaculation. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so that you can magnetize your ideal life. So how to last longer in bed. Worldwide, statistically, men last about 2 to 3 minutes during sex before ejaculating. 2 to 3 minutes, this is not exactly an outstanding length of time. Come on guys, we need to up our game. So I'm going to get into this video a technique you can use right away to start lasting longer in bed. So there's many different variables as to what causes a man to reach ejaculation quickly. And what I've found to be the main cause of premature ejaculation is having hypertension in the pelvic floor muscles. So what do I mean by this? So the main remedy that people promote for lasting longer in bed, for overcoming premature ejaculation, is doing Kegel exercises. Kegels are where you basically squeeze the same muscles that you use to hold back urine. So if you have to pee, you're holding it back. Those are the muscles you use. Kegels, you're squeezing those muscles repeatedly to strengthen them, right? But the issue here is that many people do this without allowing those muscles to rest or without allowing them to stretch back out. There's a counter exercise that you need to do in combination with Kegels, which I'll explain later in this video. So it's the equivalent of like going to the gym, and doing bicep curls every single day, never giving your arms a day off, never like stretching them back out. What's going to happen to those muscles? They're going to become very tense. They're going to become very tight, right? Hypertension. And this causes this pattern in your body to where when your penis is being stimulated, you have this involuntary response of squeezing your pelvic floor. You may notice this. This is a problem because when you squeeze your pelvic floor during sexual stimulation, it causes increased sensitivity in the penis. And this is fine if you want to experience more pleasure. But for most men, they don't need more sensitivity in their penis. They need the opposite, right? They need to keep themselves under control. So squeezing your pelvic floor during sex brings you very quickly to this point of ejaculation. And when you have this response of, your penis being stimulated and you automatically do this involuntary squeezing, it's like an involuntary Kegel, right? You squeeze in response to stimulation. This is a recipe for premature ejaculation. So being able to overcome this response to where when your penis is being stimulated, you're squeezing your pelvic floor, being able to keep your pelvic floor relaxed is one of the easiest ways to start lasting longer during bed. Now, it can take a bit of work to overcome this pattern of involuntarily contracting the pelvic floor. And it's often a pattern that's been accumulated through poor masturbation habits or sexual habits or just too much tension in general. So I noticed this, I was learning about this, and I noticed that, when my penis was being stimulated, I couldn't help but squeeze my pelvic floor. And I found that, for years I had been automatically just keeping my pelvic floor contracted during sex. And a lot of this was because this was a method that some people are teaching. Like Montauk Chia's methods are fairly popular, and he says just squeeze the pelvic floor during sex as much as you can. And again, this is just a recipe for premature ejaculation. Now, if you squeeze the pelvic floor at the moment before you ejaculate, it's possible to override that ejaculatory response, but in general, I think that squeezing the pelvic floor during sex is not a very great idea. So there's really two approaches I'm going to get into on how to overcome this pattern. The first one is relaxation, of course. Obviously, the remedy for tension is relaxation. So another key aspect here is that when you're squeezing your pelvic floor, so your pelvic floor, there's three main muscles you're activating. The IC muscle, which is around the base of the penis, the BC muscle, which is in the middle of the perineum, and the PC muscle, which is more around the anus. People often talk about the PC muscle more, but it's actually these three different muscle groups, and it's often the BC muscle that you're squeezing, right? So being able to just use your awareness and relax these areas and keep them relaxed, doing some stretching, any sort of like yoga poses, which opens up your hips, opens up your pelvic floor, is going to be very helpful. But in general, what you can do is breathe. Breathe deeply into your belly. Breathe deeply into your belly. So you place your hands on your belly and just take a deep breath into your belly. And feel that breath expanding into your pelvic floor as well. Feel that your pelvic floor kind of stretches out. So this deep breath helps you to avoid that involuntary squeezing response. And just practicing by yourself, seeing if you can last longer, just stimulating yourself, because it's a lot easier to learn on your own than it is with a partner. So that's the first thing, is this deep, slow breathing, and feel it stretch out your pelvic floor and keep it relaxed, right? Maybe even let out a little sigh as you exhale. You can do that during sex as well. And again, it takes a little bit of practice, but that focusing on the breath, focus on keeping everything completely relaxed in your pelvic floor during sex, and it will greatly help you to increase your ability to last longer. The second thing is reverse Kegels. So this is the counter exercise to Kegels. You should never be doing Kegels without doing reverse Kegels. I did this for years and I caused all kinds of hypertension in my pelvic floor, and I've now found reverse Kegels to be a very important aspect of your sexual development, of your pelvic floor development. So as a Kegel is squeezing the pelvic floor, again, it's like you have to pee, you're holding it back. A reverse Kegel is this pushing out action. So you can imagine like you're pushing out a poop, right? It's that same sort of feeling. Or like you're urinating, you're trying to push it out faster. It's this outward push. And you'll notice that you kind of engage the abs a bit when you do this. That's okay. So what you want to do is start doing reverse Kegels every day. I'll do about 10-second holds. So you push out, hold that for about 10 seconds, take a little break, relax. So I'll do 10 reps of those, 10 reps of 10-second holds, and I'll do about 3 to 4 sets of those per day. And you can do more if you want, but that's a pretty solid routine to work with. And again, what this does is it stretches those muscles back out, it stretches that pelvic floor back out. So these muscles that are all contracted and tight, it allows them to release a little bit. And you can actually use reverse Kegels during sex to avoid that ejaculatory response. And again, you can experiment with this, practice by yourself first, and then see if you can integrate it with a partner. So just to sum it up a bit, deep breathing while keeping your pelvic floor relaxed, and then practicing reverse Kegels every day to expand your pelvic floor. Keep it balanced out. This is a very effective way to start lasting longer in bed. Now, really, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's much, much more you can do to last longer, overcome premature ejaculation, and even experience non-ejaculatory orgasms. But this is a great place to start. If you're interested in learning more about sexual mastery, learning how to last for hours in bed, learning how to have non-ejaculatory orgasms, full body orgasms without ejaculating, check out my 6-week course, Multi-Orgasmic Man. I launch it every 3 months. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video. You can find more information there. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. Did you notice a difference from using these exercises? Have a great day, my friends.